this scene, the Philosopher's Stone, Harry's first time in Gringotts. His first real exposure to the wizarding world. Where does Hagrid bring him? To Vault 687 and his massive stack of gold. Good way to keep him humble. It's like something out of a pirate movie. It's a totally ridiculous stack of money. Harry's 11 and about to start at Hogwarts, which means that it might be time to buy school supplies. I hope he can manage. Now, if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's that the Potters were wealthier than a certain other family in the series, the Weasleys. If there's one thing that I've always thought was strange, it's that the Weasleys lived frugally, while Harry had an enormous vault full of gold at Gringotts, which he seemingly never used or needed. He lived at their house half of the time, but I only ever really saw him on the receiving end of gifts, and not often sharing his immense wealth. Not only that, but he had a knack for not actually needing to use his money for anything. His most expensive asset is probably his Nimbus 2000, and that was a gift from McGonagall, who's on a professor's salary. So that bears the question, where did all this money come from? Why were his parents so wealthy? How did they leave him so much? Both Lily and James were only 21 years old when they died, and Lily was of Muggle-born parents, which means that this money likely came from James's side. But where did James get it? It must have been family money. In a short story posted on Pottermore, it is revealed by Rowling that the Potter family lineage made their money in potions. This started with the founding patriarch of the Potter family, Linfred of Stinchcombe, aka the Potterer. Linfred was a 12th century wizard and potion pioneer. In the words of Pottermore, Linfred was a vague and absent-minded fellow whose Muggle neighbours often called upon his medicinal services. None of them realized that Linfred's wonderful cures for pox and ague were magical. They all thought him harmless and lovable old chap, pottering about in his garden with all his funny plants. His reputation as a well-meaning eccentric served Linfred well, for behind closed doors he was able to continue the series of experiments that laid the foundation of the Potter family's fortune. Linfred was responsible for creating remedies still used to this day, including Skelegro, which, interestingly enough, was actually used on Harry in the Chamber of Secrets. The function of Skelegro is quite simple, and that is to heal bones. It can repair broken bones or grow back missing bones entirely. It is described as a dreadful tasting potion. When regrowing a bone, Harry remarked that it felt like having large splinters lodged in his arm. Another potion that Linfred was responsible for is an early version of the Pepperup potion. The Pepperup potion is a cure for the common cold and helps the recipient to warm up. The only known side effect is that it causes steam to come out of the drinker's ears for hours on end. A potion maker called Glover Hipworth based the Pepperup potion that we know today off of Linfred's potion. There always seems to be something amiss with his potions, even though they function well. Probably something to do with them being so old. The potion was notably used in the series in February 1995, when it was used on the hostages of the champions of the Triwizard Tournament after they came out of the Great Lake. With the massive success of these potions, the Potter family lineage continued to follow in Linfred's footsteps. It was then Fleamont Potter, Harry's grandfather and James's dad, who continued to invent potions and rake in the cash. Fleamont never met Harry, but he did live long enough to make and leave him enough gold for a lifetime. Fleamont took the family fortune and quadrupled it by creating the famous Sleekeazy's hair potion. The potion was a hair potion and scalp treatment marketed with the following slogan, 2 drops tame even the most bothersome barnet. It was essentially used for taming unruly hair, sleekly and fashionably styling it. Use of the product was cautioned against for redheads, as using it may produce unique results. The potion was most notably used by Hermione when she went to the Yule Ball with Victor Crumb. So with all that in mind, I guess that sort of answers the question. Harry's family lineage were responsible for creating massively popular potions that were used for hundreds and hundreds of years. I wonder if Harry continues to generate royalties. That's all for this video. Until next time.
Harry, did you put your name into the goblet of fire?
Dumbledore asked calmly.